Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Carly here. Today I'm going to be doing a how-to cream makeup tutorial. I love cream products and I know they can be intimidating for some people or just hard to use. So I wanted to show you how I use my favorite cream products to get this look. I love how glowy it is and just how natural it looks. So if you like this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so to start, I'm actually going to use a primer today, which I never do, but I've been really into the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer Radiance, and normally I don't use primer because I don't think it does anything, but I've been really oily in my T-zone, and I feel like any primer really helps the oils to not break down my foundation. Even though this one is like a radiance primer, it definitely helps. So I'm just going to apply this with my hands, and it's actually a little tinted too, so it's just a really pretty primer. Okay, for foundation, I don't have a cream foundation, so this tutorial is mostly just going to be like liquids and creams, but no powder. So I'm going to be using my favorite liquid foundation at the moment, which is the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation in 3. I love this foundation. It's definitely too dark for me, so ignore the shade, but you can apply this with your hands or a brush. I've really been loving applying it with, where is my brush? The It Cosmetics Love is the foundation brush. This is so densely packed, so it works really well since this foundation is so liquidy. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it's just very liquidy. So I just put it on top of the brush and then start to apply. One thing with this foundation, does anyone else think it has a weird smell? Like, once I rub it into my skin, I don't know if this is like my body chemistry with the foundation, but it smells like syrup that's gone bad, in my opinion. It's really weird, but I love this foundation. I'm going to try to apply some to my neck, even though I hate doing this because it wastes product, but I know the color difference. Well, actually, I don't know if you can see the color difference, but it's there. The shade range is not good. Okay, for concealer, I'm going in with the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer by Laura Mercier. I actually feel like this does have a very like creamy texture. It's so nice. I really love it. Britta doesn't, but to each their own. I love the paddle wand too, so I'm just going to apply that under my eyes. And I'm just going to let it sit for a little bit because I find that with this concealer especially, if you let it sit a little, the coverage definitely goes up. It's still like a light medium coverage, but it gets better when you let it sit on your skin for a little bit. Okay, now I'm just blending the concealer in with a beauty blender. This is my favorite way to blend in concealer, but I also find that when I was in Iceland, this is the only concealer I brought with me, and I brought a beauty blender. No, I didn't even. I knew I wasn't going to use it. So I would just blend it in with my fingers, and it actually would blend in with my fingers really nicely. So I really like the consistency of this concealer, that you can like easily just warm it up and warm it into your skin with your fingers. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm using one of my favorite products, and this makes me really excited because I don't think I've ever used this on camera, but we did talk about it in our end of the year favorites last year. It's the Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer in the shade Baked, and so I found this brush in my collection. It is the Luxie Angled Top Buffer, and it's really dense, so I've never used this bronzer with this brush, but we're gonna try it today because I feel like it'll be really good. I generally apply this bronzer with a pretty dense brush. To warm it up, I'm going to just put it on the back of my hand just to get some warmth on it so that it melts, because it solidifies pretty well, and I like it when it's a little more melty. And then I'm just going to take the brush and dip it directly into the bronzer. This is my favorite way to apply this, really any cream product, and then I'm going to just dab it on where you would bronzer. Okay, I definitely like this brush with this product. They go really nice together. I like the angle. Actually, since I do usually set parts of my face, but I'm trying not to today for this look, this bronzer like works fine if you like get it over some powder. It's just such a good formula that it like blends so well. Like, it blends over all of the milk. All the milk cream products are like that. I also have raved about the highlighter, and that's the same way. Like, I can put that over powder and it still just looks beautiful and it blends so well. Milk Makeup is like slowly becoming my favorite brand. I feel like everything I've tried from them is just amazing. Anyone else feel like that? Or what's your favorite Milk product? I'd love to know. And again, I'm just still doing this. If you have trouble with cream products, I highly suggest you apply this way with a brush in the cream and then you go in on your face, because I always find that that is the easiest for me. I get the best blend. It doesn't apply too much product. Like when I go directly from this on the face, this particular product is very easy to blend out, but I've had others where like it just will not blend and then you're like stuck with streaks all over your face. So if you have issues with creams, I highly suggest applying this way. And I actually think I brought the bronzer too close in, so I'm just going in with my Beauty Blender and kind of pouncing on those lines. Another plus of cream products is that a Beauty Blender can basically fix all, which is not true with powder products. I also love putting this, you know, down here to chisel out your jaw. Okay, now we're going into blush, and this is really exciting for me because I have quite a few cream blushes or liquid blushes. I love the cloud paints, but again, when I was in Iceland, I wanted to really minimize the makeup I brought, so I brought my Bite multi-stick in the shade Cashew to wear as like a cream blush and then as a lip color and just like on the eyes, like whatever I wanted to do. And I like fell in love with how this looks on the cheeks, and up until that trip like a few weeks ago, I'd only use this on the lips, and it just is such a good cream blush because I think that this formula is 30% powder, I want to say. So it definitely is like a matte cream blush that lasts a very, very long time. And I think because of the powder and like, I don't know, the pigment, it's very pigmented. So definitely awesome for people that have more oily skin. Even I like have pretty dry cheeks, but it just looks so nice and lasts so well. And I found the best way to apply this for me, because these are, they're very matte. They're definitely the most matte formula Bite has. I, again, will put it on my hand. So just like so. And then I will take my fingers, like these two fingers, dab it in, and then dab it on my cheeks going upward. So it's kind of hard to talk through this, but I will just dab in. And I feel like you really need the warmth of your fingers to get this product really blended in, because like I said, it is pretty matte. And I'll clean up the edges with my Beauty Blender. I can do that right now. Okay, now we'll do the other side, and start small. You can always build up. So like I said, I do bring my blush in kind of a lot. It's just preference, but I start here, and then I just kind of like work my way back. I'm just gonna go around the edges again with my Beauty Blender. Like I said, Beauty Blender can fix everything in terms of cream products. Like I just love how I never really have to freak out, because I've never had an experience where like the Beauty Blender couldn't make it look better. Normally, if I was just like doing an everyday look, I would just take the excess color on my hand and put it on my eyes and on my lips. But today I have other plans for my eyes and lips, so I'm just gonna stop there. Okay, and for highlighter, I'm using my current favorite cream highlighter, and I actually am obsessed with cream highlighters now. It's like all I use on a daily basis. I switch between the Milk Makeup cream highlighter, the Benefit What's Up cream highlighter, and this one, the Flesh, I think it's the Flesh Balm in the shade Startle. This one is my favorite out of the three because of the formula. It is so creamy, and I think I talked about this before, but I'll just circle my pointer finger into the formula, and then I will start at the high points of my cheeks and just dab it in. And then I usually use the second finger to blend that, but you don't want to apply both fingers because then it'll just kind of get everywhere. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I found that when I would like apply two fingers in and then put it in, it was like too much. So I usually just do one and then have the other finger help blend. And I hope you can see how pretty that is, because it is such a beautiful highlighter, and it's just so like, it's so creamy. It feels amazing, honestly. I really want them to release more shades because this one is a little light, but once it's blended, it really just looks like a sheen on the skin. So doing the same thing, like look at how pigmented it is when you first put it down. So doing the same thing on this side, kind of placing it where you want it, and then getting two fingers to help. Okay, for eyes, I'm using my favorite cream shadow, and these are the Nude Sticks Magnetic Matte Eye Color, and this is the shade Terra. I'm also going to be using Fig, but I'm going to start with Terra, and how I apply these is I'm creasing on my eyes. I have very oily eyelids, and I don't know why, but these definitely do not break down with all the oils. So I'm going to start by placing the color all over my lids. This is like a beautiful terracotta color. We're really going for like a gentle fall look today. So I place it all over the lid, and then I will go in, I'll let that sit. I'll take a synthetic brush like this. It's kind of like a semi-fluffy brush, and I will just do this, put the product on the brush. Again, it's my favorite way to apply creams, and then I will lightly buff that into the crease. So at the same time, you're depositing color into the crease, but you're also blending out those edges from the color you just laid down. I also love this brush because it's pretty flat, so then I can turn it flat side and just kind of go over the first shadow I laid down to make sure that's all blended and pressed in, and I just think it's a really easy brush to use. Britta just said this in her video. I don't know which one of ours is going up first, but the Real Techniques holiday sets are just like a dream come true. They have the best brushes, and this was from either last year's or the year before. It's called the Base Shadow Brush, and I don't know if they sell it separately because they just put all the best in their holiday kits and then they don't release them. I actually think I'm going to put a little more on the lid just to darken it up a bit. Okay, now I'm going to just put this on the lower lash line, and I love these pencils because they're large, but they're not too large that you can't do that. So I just run it under the lower lash line, and then I use a smaller like pencil brush to blend it out. Okay, and then next I'm going to be using the shade Fig in the same pencil, and I'm just going to use it kind of like an eyeliner and line my upper lash line and then blend it out with the same pencil brush. Okay, now I'm going to put some mascara on off camera because you don't need to see that, and I'll be right back. Okay, mascara is on, and the mascara I used and got all over my hands is the CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast. Me and Britta talked about this recently too, and how much we love it. It was a surprise hit. I really like it. For brows, I'm just putting in my favorite brow gel, Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. This is definitely discontinued. They don't sell it at Target or Ulta anymore, so I ordered backups on Amazon. And if you like this, which not a lot of people did, I would highly suggest ordering some from Amazon before it's gone. Okay, so the lip color I applied is the Bite Lip Pencil in 076, topped with my favorite cream lipsticks, which are the ColourPop cream lipsticks in the shade Foolish. I love this orange color for fall. I think it's so pretty. And yes, that is the finished look. I hope you guys liked this and learned something about how to apply creams, because I know they can be intimidating, but I just love how they look on the skin, and I hope you do too. And we'll see you next time for more tutorials, hopefully.